score. Finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Out to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found it out of goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome back here to the Shack. Championship semifinal number 1 of the EDC Boys Basketball Tournament. I'm Joel Morgan. Chase Miller will be joining us on this broadcast as well. And so far, it has been everything you would want on day number 2 of this tournament. Technically day number 3 of this tournament. Our contest before this saw Grand Forks Central defeat Cheyenne 69-67. Cole Wilbur, a buzzer-beating 3 in overtime to get the victory for the Grand Forks Central Knights and put the Knights onto a state qualifying game tomorrow at 2:30. All eyes for the Knights will be on this contest as they'll play the loser of our next game, featuring the number 1 seeded Fargo Davies Eagles taking on the number 5 seeded Shanley Deacons. Let's take a look at how these two teams got up to this point. Hero of the year, Shanley had to play in an EDC playing game. They defeated Valley City 78-60. They defeated Valley City, and then Shanley would go on to suffer a loss, get a win over Devil's Lake 46-45, and a grinded out kind of win against the Firebirds, putting them in the semifinals. As for Davies, in a game we had on yourliveevent.com, they defeated West Fargo 97-74 to move on to this EDC semifinal matchup here at the Shack. Look at the other scores we've had from today's games. We mentioned Devil's Lake over West Fargo 65-60. It was Grand Forks Central defeating Cheyenne 69-67. After this game, it will be Fargo North against Grand Forks Red River. The loser of the next game will play against Devil's Lake tomorrow at 4:15. The winner will play against the winner of this game for the EDC championship in the number 1 seed coming out of the East. This is our pregame show. More coverage coming your way next. This is coverage of the EDC basketball tournament on yourliveevent.com.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Hi, this is Steve Dalen from Piper's Auction and Realty. We have an excellent auction featuring 425 acres of great cropland located in Cass County, North Dakota. The Nelson Family Cropland Auction will take place at the Governor's Inn, Castleton, North Dakota, starting at 3 p.m. on March 14th. This will be a live and online auction. High-quality cropland near Arthur, North Dakota rarely hits the open market. Don't miss this sale. For questions, call me, Steve Dalen, at 701-893-8517.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family owned and farmers first.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Back here on our pregame show, Davies against Shanley. Championship semifinal of this EDC basketball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. Games will begin tomorrow morning, by the way, of our coverage. It will be a morning start time, 11 a.m. for a girls qualifier. It'll be 11 a.m. It'll be girls, boys, girls, boys. I think we'll have a back-to-back. And then we will get into the championship round of this EDC basketball tournament. All those games can be seen right here on YourLiveEvent.com. Remember, if you miss anything, all those games are archived on YourLiveEvent.com as well. We'll take another break here as we get you set up for semifinal number 1 on YourLiveEvent.com.
If you love Bison football like I do, you're going to love this. The Bison credit card from First Western. People ask me all the time, how did you get that? Easy. I'm a fan.
Introducing the Bison credit card, featuring cashback rewards and no annual fee. Only available at First Western to all credit-approved Bison fans.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying those limiting factors. Call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Welcome back to our pregame show. Davies against Shanley in a semifinal matchup in the CDC basketball tournament. And winner gets a spot on to state and a spot on to the EDC basketball championship game, which will be played tomorrow night here at the Shack. And it's a weird kind of situation to be in, Chase, in the sense that you get a sigh of relief if you win this game, that you are a state qualifier. You can't lose that. But then you got to turn right around and kind of get over that and get ready to win a championship because you want to be that 1 seed. The difference between the 1 and 2 seed when you're taking 4 teams out of a region is huge.
And especially depending on what happens out west, if someone gets upset or doesn't get upset, kind of like what we saw on the girls' side, right? You're going to have, if Davies beats North, they're the 3. But if they don't beat North, then North is the 4, Red River's the 3. But your 2 seed, if you go by standings, Red River would end up being the 4 seed from the east on the girls' side. So totally understandable. And then also, once you get to this time of the year, it's about being healthy. And there's a couple of players on that Bart Manson suit-led assistant staff into player staff right now that we're not going to see here. And the one that a lot of people obviously talking about is Mason Clabo here for the Fargo Davies Eagles.
Yeah, I believe he's only played about 16 games this season, has not been active here in the postseason. One of the top scorers in the state, one of the top players in Class A basketball. They're going to be without him. But Davies, kind of like what we saw from Cheyenne, Chase, is they got a lot of guys who can score, a lot of guys who can play this game. And it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to kind of mix things up here.
Well, and then on the opposite side, too, as much as Davies, had to kind of learn a little bit along the way, and they did, and West Fargo gave them a really good game in the first half. Then York and company kind of found their rhythm in the second half against the Packers. Well, Fargo Shanley, it was a meat grinder against Devils Lake, up in Devils Lake, mind you, to hold the Firebirds to under 50 points. They played really well defensively. That's what Coach Irwin and the Deacons want. Joel, if this game is more in the 50s to 60s, probably going to favor Fargo Shanley a little bit, I think, at the end of the day. Connor Kraft, obviously, is really good, no doubt about it, a Brookings SDSU basketball player. But at the end of the day, if this is an up-and-down fourth game, it's going to favor Bart Manson and Fargo Davies.
Absolutely. Let's turn it over now to PA for our starting lineups.
Serving as a role model by displaying good sportsmanship in this contest. Respect the players and coaches on both teams and accept the calls of the officials. Everyone appreciates the good values portrayed by acts of good sportsmanship. Now for the introductions. First, the cheerleaders for Shanley. Brooklyn Greening, Hannah Lasky, Leah Olson, and Olivia Splitstazer. Davies cheerleaders. Sarah Delgado, Haley Kasperitz, McKenna Lunick, Micaiah Savaggio, JC Schnitzer, Jade Utter, Mallory Denault, Paige Schlenker, and Emma Frenstad. And now for the starting lineups. For Shanley at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 2, Alex Wheelock. For Davies, a 6'2 senior, number 0, Max Mitzel. At guard for the Deacons, a 6-foot junior, number 14, Jordan Leiniger. For the Eagles, a 6'1 junior, number 2, Dan York. At forward for Shanley, a 6'1 junior, number 0, Caden Chrisman. For Davies, a 5'11 senior, number 11, Raymond Brown. At forward for the Deacons, a 6'8 senior, number 23, Connor Kraft. For the Eagles, a 6'4 junior, number 13, Jackson Beiswinger. And at center for the Deacons, a 6'5 senior, number 21, Buchiri Hakim. For the Eagles, a 6'3 junior, number 14, Alpha Camara. Head coach for the Deacons, Craig Irwin. For the Eagles, Bart Manson. The officials for this game are registered by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and have been selected for their demonstrated ability. Tonight's officials are Ethan Johnson, Jordan Rowe, and Danny Weigel.
And there we go. That has been the introduction of our starting lineups. 18 minutes will go up on our scoreboard. That is the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. By the way, this broadcast is brought to you in a special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. And we are set to go, and the tip-off is won back by the Davies Eagles. Dan York will handle the basketball as he comes across half court. York will go to Mitzel on the right side. Beiswinger is able to find York, drives, misses the shot, rebound, knocked around, picked up by Davies. And we're going to see a foul. That will be against York, his first, team's first.
All right, to the rim off the bat here for Fargo Davies, and that's what we're going to see a lot of, particularly with York here, Joel, here for Fargo Davies, and him and Raymond Brown. I remember talking about Brown a lot last season for Coach Bart Manson. It's been fun to see that young man continue to mature here for the Eagles as well.
I feel like Brown really played his best basketball when it came time to the postseason last year for the Davies Eagles. Hakeem comes to drive. We'll feed this one over to Leininger. Back inside on the post. Now back beyond the arc. Chrisman with the ball. Drives to the baseline. Looking for help. Hooks the shot off the iron. Rebound is brought down by Kamara. Alpha Kamara will feed this one to York. York into the hands of Brown. Brown a contested 2, and it's good. Raymond Brown opens up scoring for Davies. Makes it a 2-0 game.
Good looking shot there for Brown. And this is a guy who can hit the 3, but that mid-range game, Joe, I like that pull up there from Mr. Brown.
Chrisman will handle the basketball from the wing. Bounces a pass over to Leininger on the near side. Finds Kraft at the top of the key. Over to Chrisman. Davies just 2 losses this season, 1 to North and 1 to Moorhead High. They've been impressive here so far this season as a shot on the way. And we'll get the ball sent back the direction of Davies.
And you can see that entire coaching staff. They know the scout report here on Davies with Coach Hook and company over there. They're yelling. They're talking about their team, Joel. It just kind of, when you get the entire coaching staff on the bench into it, it almost feels like there's a 6th man on the floor at times guarding you.
Mitzel is going to feed to York. To the hands of Brown. Brown drives. Off the backboard. Will miss. Wheelock will get the basketball and handles it on the near wing. Wheelock moves between the circles. 20 seconds left on the shot clock here. It's a 2-0 game, low scoring to the first 2 minutes, but we've seen, Chase, teams need some time to settle in here when you play at this gym.
And that's the thing. You just don't want to, get down early. It doesn't matter if it's Fargo Davies or Shanley. You just don't want to get down, 10-0 early in this gym. You want to kind of find yourself a little bit. You understand the situation. There's obviously a lot of emotions, as you alluded to before, in games like this where, if you win, you punch your ticket to state so you can sleep a little better tonight, Joel, than probably not have a great night's sleep going to a state qualifier tomorrow.
2 on the way, and that is good for Dan York. Credit Kamara with that block shot that gave him that possession and set up that 2 as it's 4 straight to open up the game for the Davies Eagles. 4-0 their lead here on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard.
And Davies makes scoring 70, 80 points look easy at times this season.
A drive and 2 for Chrisman. And Shanley will cut that deficit in half. One more semifinal to be played here today as a 3 from the corner is good. Jackson Beiswinger will hit the 3, and it's 7-2, a 5-point lead right now. Ball is handled by Wheelock. Comes to the top of the key, Connor Kraft feeds over to the left side. Wheelock takes a look inside, comes to the elbow. Kim drives for 2, and he is denied. A block shot by Kamara. His second block winds up in the hands of Raymond Brown across the lane to Mitzel for the layup.
And this has the feeling, Joel, I was just going to say, of how Fargo Davies wants to play right now.
It is a 7-point lead for the Eagles and a timeout taken by the Deacons. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
9-2, it's been a run for the Davies Eagles. They've done it on defense, turns into points on offense. Chase, you almost feel like with Davies, any transition plays they get is going to result in points.
And Bart Manson and Fargo Davies, there's no secret how they've liked to play, whether it's been Tanner Kretschmann about 10 years ago now or where they're at right here. They're going to get up in your face, they're going to get up and down the floor, but the one thing we've seen Bart's teams do a better job of in recent years is playing the half court. But if you want to run a track meet with them, they'll gladly do it.
Leininger missed the shot. York scoops up the rebound, tries to drive, gets held up, and sends this one to Mitzel. Ball winds up in the corner. Kamaro's had 2 big blocks here. He's been a defensive powerhouse for this Eagles team so far in the first half. 3, top of the key. Beiswinger will hit a 3. His second made 3, And it's a 10-point advantage right now for Davies.
Davies, I don't care who it is. It's Fargo Shanley might be on the front end of a wrong buzzsaw right now, but the Deacons, hey, time to settle in, get a good offensive set, and get this guy some touches at the top of the key in Kraft.
Both teams looking to make a change. As a 3 at the other end. That will miss for Chrisman. And we're going to get a whistle at the baseline, and I believe this will be on Alpha Kamara. No, it will be on Raymond Brown, his first team second. Cole Colise will check into the game for Davies.
Davies averaging a league best 83 points per game. Shanley, though, a league best defense, Joel, at 61 a game. So which one of Battle of Attrition is going to win out tonight? So far, it's the offense here by the Eagles.
Inbound pass finds the hands of Kraft. Up for 2, will get it. Connor Kraft with the pair. And Shanley down by 8.
A lot of coaches going to be glad to see that guy get out of the EDC next year. He's just been a menace here for Fargo Shanley over the years.
Isaac Perkarovich will check into the game out of that timeout. And 2 coming for Raymond Brown. And Brown thought he was fouled and finishes with the bucket nonetheless. And a 10-point lead again for the Davies Eagles. Ball handled by Chrisman, top of the key for 3, will miss. Rebound comes to York. York to the corner, 3 on the way, good. Beiswinger, his third made 3 and a 13-point lead for the Davies Eagles. We're gonna get another timeout. Timeout on the court. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Bank of North Dakota wants you to be confident when it's time to make student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident to calculate the maximum amount of student loan debt that is recommended based on your career choice. You can also learn how to apply for financial aid and get tips to cut education expenses. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident today.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
And we are back on YourLiveEvent.com. 17-4, Davies leads Shanley on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. 4 locations, 2 in Fargo, 1 in Dilworth, 1 in Detroit Lakes. Visit them online, unitedsavingscu.org. Kim will get the inbound. Will feed it back over to Kraft into the hands of Wheelock. Perkarovich with the basketball. Will feed back to the top of the key. Chrisman open for 3, pulls the trigger, will miss. I think he kind of psyched himself out. He was open and just, that's that uncomfortable time chase. He was like, why do I have so much time? Something must not be right, and pulls the trigger and just off the mark.
Yeah, it's that hesitation. Once you hesitate, doesn't matter what the sport, Joel. Normally it doesn't treat you well.
Deep 3 on the way. That one will graze the net for Beiswinger and is kept in bounds, but will go to the Shanley Deacons. Long feed up courts. Smokovic will draw the foul.
Yeah, Perkarovich here for Shanley, and for the Deacons, they just have to find a way to make this a half-court game. But Davies has done a really good job, Joel, of hitting the outlet, getting in transition. They got guys who are shooting. Beiswinger is feeling it right now as he's already shot a 25-footer in the game. But if you're Fargo Shanley, here's the first wave. Can you withstand the wave? Can you get it back to single digits here kind of before we get to the 10-minute mark and keep it at that and work at it and get to a tie or possibly take the lead at half? You know, Davies has got a high-flying offense. They're going to score their points. But can you limit the runs as much as possible? That's going to be the thing for Coach Craig Irwin. He's already called 2 timeouts, Joel, to try to limit the run as much as possible here for the Deacons.
Perkarovich will hit both free throws, makes it 17-6. Under 12 minutes to play here in the first half. Ball handled by Connor Kraft on the wing. Here comes 2. That one rings off the side of the iron for Chrisman.
Well, the scouting report right now is if Chrisman has the ball, allow him to shoot. That's what we're seeing, especially when Kraft is on the post right now for the Deacons. They're going to double down on Kraft, not allow him to get really a lot of paint touches, Joel. So that's going to mean guys like Chrisman, 1 or 2 players out on the floor. If you're open, be ready to shoot it because you might even get a rebound to the big guy on the inside.
Basketball controlled by the Deacons, trying to drive the lane. Chrisman up to shoot. Kamara's going to alter the shot, and we're going to see a whistle at the baseline. It'll be a foul call.
Ball was just out of bounds, they said, last touch off of Chrisman there, Joel. How about this story, though? Winning a football championship for Fargo Shanley as a Kim, and one year he goes out and plays football. He gets a D1 offer from Bubba Schweigert and UND.
Yeah, an impressive story, kind of a show of athleticism there. Basketball is handled by the Deacons, put up for the shot, and it's an and one. Alex Wheelock will go to the line for a three-point play.
There's Fargo Shanley style. They did it in transition, but they did it smartly. Hakim was able to steal the ball right in front of Joel before he goes onto the press box, and then they're able to get it in transition. And now here's that downhill mentality. Now you got it back to 9 points, and all of a sudden for Fargo Davies, Bart Manson shaking his head over there because he's going, we've got turnovers here in the last 2 minutes here, Joel, and it's not working in our favor for the Eagles.
Tommy Baumgartner, the 8th grader, will check into the game. Three-point play attempt, no good for Wheelock. And the basketball will go to Davies, handled by Brown. Bounces a pass over to York, back over to Brown. Brown on the drive, beyond the arc comes to York, knocked away, scramble for the loose ball, and a heads-up play by Wheelock. Knew he wasn't going to get it, throws it back off of Hansen, and it comes out of bounds, and it will be Shanley's basketball.
Bart Madsen going to get a couple of new players into the contest here on the rotation, but I like what we've seen off the timeout for Coach Craig Irwin, how Fargo Shanley, Joel's just kind of, tweaking a couple of things here and there and how they're playing in the last, 3 minutes of game action.
Connor Kraft across half court, guarded by Jackson Beiswinger, who's got 3 made threes. He is the game's lead scorer so far. His team up 17-8. Kim will lose the basketball, and it's picked up by Kamara. Set a pass, it almost went out of bounds, turned over to Kim, up for 2 and 1.
Raymond Brown saves the basketball and almost takes out a woman in the process here. But as he did, he threw it right to Hakim. And you saw one of the assistant coaches for Davies saying, hey, if you're going to save it, throw it to our rim, not the rim that we're protecting, as Hakim was just the benefit there, Joel, to get the ball, throws it up. And Shanley just feels like they've been at the free throw line a lot here in the last minute and a half.
Kim will get the shot, gets the three-point play. It's 17-11, and it doesn't feel like that after they're down early by double figures, but Shanley has really kind of grinded away here, Chase, to make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, this is how Shanley wants to play again. Run when there's numbers, take it when there's opportunities, but you really got to get a hand up on these shooters, and that's what Shanley's been able to do. A lot more suffocating kind of defense here in the last couple minutes.
Baumgartner with the basketball will find Connor Kraft, top of the key. Kraft averaging 21 points, 11 rebounds a game, and Kim will throw it off the foot of Alpha Kamara.
For Craig Irwin, a guy that's used to wearing those colors, NDSCS coach for quite some time now, first year at Fargo. Shanley, I wonder if he was like, hey, my daughter Tylee's done playing basketball in Brookings. I'm looking for something to do and get back in the game a little bit here, Joel.
That's kind of the feeling you got, in a whole well of basketball knowledge for these Deacons players. It's going to be fouled as Connor Kraft, and I think they're going to say it's on the ground. And it might be on Kamara. Kamara is called for his second foul, and Kamara has been their best defensive player on the court since the start of this game, and now you have him limited with just 3 fouls to give. It's like that 2 fouls to give. Kim with the ball on the elbow, comes to drive, looking around for help, up for 2. This one off the backboard, rebound brought down by Davies. Place with the rebound. Feeds this one over to Mitzel. Inside, Kamara with the basketball, open shooter near side. Beiswinger drives for 2, hits far iron, rebound batted around. Kamara picks it up, comes top of the key, that's for 3. Off balance shot will miss and goes over the backboard.
Davies has been stuck at 17, what feels like an eternity after they just came out, boom, 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 got up to double digits, bang, another three-pointer, Joel. Give credit again to Fargo Shanley, turning him over, getting a lot more pressure defense, getting hand up, being contested, and this is the style of play. We saw the first 4 minutes, all Fargo Davies. Next 4 or 5 minutes, Fargo Shanley's rhythm here in this more of a half-court game.
Ball gets handled by Wheelock. Kim top of the keys. Seem to have a lot more touches here since that 3-point play. Shanley trying to close in on that 6-point deficit. Up for two, missing the shot is Kraft, and either way, it's going to be Davies' basketball. I think they would rather have it in transition, but they'll take it anyway. As back into the game, Riley Hansen.
This is the cool thing. You play a team 3 times, the 25th Street Showdown. These two teams know each other quite well in multiple sports. Still going to be Class AA next season as we move forward. But Fargo Davies trying to continue to be kind of the kings on the block with them and Cheyenne in recent years, Joel, in terms of winning EDC tournament championships.
Feed inside, Hansen hesitation, shot gets blocked, gets the missed shot, and finishes with 2. First 2 of the game for Riley Hansen and his team, a 9-point lead that ends at what seems has been an eternity since there was a score for Davies, and we're going to get a held ball. It will stay with the Deacons.
Davies, Joel, taking a look back, last year they didn't make the championship of the EDC tournament. 2018, Fargo, Shanley, West Fargo, Cheyenne, and they've again had their thumbprint on this for quite some time.
And 2 is good for Connor Kraft. His 4th of the game, and it's an 8-point contest. Make this, a 6-point contest yet again. Ball to the corner, finds Mitzel. Feeds Brown. Raymond Brown trying to drive, looking for help. Fouls with the basketball. We'll come back over to Brown. 9 on the shot clock. Looking for help. Tries to shoot over Kraft, and he'll block the shot. Kraft will pick it up. Was looking to feed it to someone. Instead, drives himself up for 2. Misses the shot. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul call. It will be against Shanley.
That's going to be a Kim. That's a large one here for Coach Craig Irwin. And we haven't seen really Craig play a deep lineup so far. And I think we're going to get a quick sub here for Vakuri.
Luke Holcraft will see his first action. And Chrisman will come back into the game as well. Eight minutes left to play in the first half on United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Brown to the near side. Finds Beiswinger. Brown from the elbow off the iron and tracking down the rebound, Holcraft. And through the passing lane, Beiswinger the steal to the bucket, lays it in for 2, 11 for the junior, and Davies leads at 21-13.
And you can see Bart Manson say, hey, let's pick up full pressure defense, let's use what they just got and try to see if they can turn Shanley over and get in the half court, make it a more of a transition game like we saw in the opening couple minutes.
And a foul in the corner, actually. Wheelock stepped on the line. Was corralled towards that corner by Brown and had a foot on the line, so the ball will go to Davies.
The Eagles just been so consistent, Joy. I mean, you take a look at 24 wins last year, 20, 23, 24, 20. I mean, it's almost inconceivable to not think a Bart Manson Fargo Davies team will not finish with 20 wins in his season, Joel.
Ball comes onto the near side. Release with the shot. This one in and out. Rebound is picked up by Chrisman. Chrisman will come to Wheelock. Shanley has got it within 6 several times and has just really not gotten any closer since falling behind early. Here's going to be a turnover. Raymond Brown on the wing, looking for help. Will come to Beiswinger, and his ball is knocked away by Wheelock. Nice job by Wheelock. He saw the head on a swivel and realized it exposed the basketball. It wasn't a hard hit, just enough to tap that one loose. Top of the key, Hallcraft will go left side. Chrisman on the drive, gets held up, looking around, ball knocked away. Chrisman picks it up. Goes top of the key. Baumgartner for 3 and drains it. Tommy Baumgartner, the 8th grader, makes it 21-16.
Not how Craig Irwin drew it up, but you'll take the 3 points anyway, and that can be demoralizing, Joel, to a defense when you play it almost flawless and you give up a deep 3.
Here comes the 3 from Mitzel from the corner, and Davies will answer right back.
Craig Irwin telling the big man Connor Kraft, you got to get out. You got to know where shooters are when you're in that zone, as they were able to reverse it. That's the big thing against the zone, Joel. If you can reverse it once or twice, it's going to favor the offense more times than not to get a good look.
Chrisman on the wing, feeds down low, comes to Kraft. Kraft for 2.
Hey, let's heat up the offense now here in the last 60 seconds.
It seemed like it was on pace for a very low-scoring style game, and yeah, we have seen kind of that run-and-gun basketball we thought we'd see out of these two teams. Ball handled on the right side by Brown. Brown, hesitation on the three, on the drive, kicks it over to Mitzel off the side of the iron. Rebound, put-back attempt will miss, but Riley Hansen will get a trip to the free throw line.
Foul coming against Alex here for Fargo Shanley. Either had him or Connor Kraft in there, but they're going to give it to the senior guard. And a really nice job by Fargo Davies there and Riley Hansen. He was at the top of the key, Joel, on the 2-3 zone. If no one's going to get a forearm or butt, a body, or something to detour you from going to the rim, he was just going to go beeline right for the rebound, and he gets rewarded with 2 free throws. That's something that you have to know where you are on the court, how coaches kind of play certain systems. But if you're a forward and you're at the top of the key and a shot goes up, you're crashing downhill. You're coming to get the ball, and that should be a lesson for everybody out there what Riley was able to do.
Hansen ready for his second shot, and that is good. He goes 1 for 2 off the bench. He has 3 points. 25-18 the score. 5 minutes left to play in the first half. We'll have our First Class Mortgage halftime report coming up here. We'll get you our first half numbers. Baumgartner, who had that NBA-style 3 as an 8th grader, passes inside, knocked away, winds up in the hands of Brown. Brown in the lane, comes down, and if it's a Kim, that could be trouble.
This one looks to be on Alex again.
Wheelock will be called for his second. Wheelock, so I guess it's not the third on one player, but it's now 2 players sitting on 2 fouls here with 4:42 left to go in the first half.
Update out west, Joel, in the boys semifinals in the WDA. Century leads by 17 over Legacy at the half.
And inbound pass gets pulled in by Brown to the corner. Here comes a 3. That one misses. Battle for the rebound, and it's picked up by Chrisman. Chrisman has a player on his tail, and Hansen. Chrisman near side. Wheelock to the corner. 3 hits the iron. Hakim the rebound to the basket. Up for 2. Misses. Rebound this time. Havelka will get it. Peter Havelka, the junior, 6'4" junior, gets a rebound. Feed inside to Havelka, looking around for a pass. Will come to Brown. 13 seconds now on the shot clock. Feed to Havelka, and Hakim's going to foul him. That will be his third, and he knew it.
That's a tough one. That's a very tough one.
He had the hands around him. Tried to knock the pass away, and I think he clasped. You know, in wrestling, you call that a clasp, right? He clasps the hands. Hard to not call that penalty or that foul, but a hard foul not to take in that situation.
And Kim just has to understand that as much as you're underneath the rim and you want to play good defense and go for the ball, those 50-50 ones when you have 2 personal fouls, it's easier said where we are, Joel, to say you have to know that if you're going to go for the ball, you got to get it in that situation.
And off-ball foul, it looks like will be called against Wheelock. And now you got 3 players, 2 of your starters, if you're Shanley, sitting on 3 fouls with 3:58 left to go in the first half.
So they're going to go a little bit deeper down to the bench now for Coach Craig Oren, or you got to let Alex ride. And again, same situation that you just had a Kim in. Got to play smart with the hands to know where you are on the court.
Ball goes beyond the arc. Hansen tries to drive, knocked loose. Scalise will get the ball, but it was out of bounds.
You can just kind of feel like after that opening 4 minutes, Shanley has very much weathered the storm, Joel. They weathered that first wave. They found themselves in this game. They got to keep it single digits here before they get to the half. But if you're Fargo Davies, can you have one more run and you to get it back, up to, 17-4 at one point and try to get back up to, double digits here. But Shanley's done a really better job here of the second half.
Here's a turnover. Winds up in the hands of Hansen. Hansen looking around for a pass, comes to Brown, 3 on the way, good. Raymond Brown, the 3, and bang, bang there, Chase.
Yeah, Raymond Brown right there, steal transition bucket. Again, it's Bart Manson's recipe here for Fargo Davies. They'll take all of that all day long.
Approaching 3 minutes left to play in the first half, 3 minutes away from our First Class Mortgage halftime report. Allcraft top of the key, goes for the long 2, fouled his shot, beat out for the rebound, and it goes to Davies. Ball top of the key. 3 is good. Cole Calise gets the 3, and it's 31-18, and there's that lead you're talking about, Chase. And that's enough for Shanley to want to take a timeout. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson, one of the owners here at TCI Insurance. We've been in business since 1985. We're based here in West Fargo and in Wimbledon, North Dakota. We work really hard to give our customers peace of mind and protect what's important to you. Check us out in our West Fargo location, right on the frontage road, across from Costco.
Hi, I'm Stacy. We love working with our crop insurance clients.
I'm Jessie. We have great options for crop hail insurance.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. Check out our website at tciteam.com.
Hi, I'm Molly. We bundle your home and auto.
Hi, I'm Garrett. Let's visit about an umbrella policy.
Hi, I'm Eric. Check out TCI for life and health insurance.
Hello, I'm Leon. We can take care of all your farm insurance.
Hi, I'm Bo. Think of TCI for all your commercial and business insurance.
We look forward to working with you.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com. 2:52 left to play in the first half. And looking at our shooting numbers right now from three-point range, 1 for 6 is Shanley, 6 for 10 is Davies, and that has been some couple deflating threes. I mean, 6 made threes, but there's been 2 in those moments, Chase, that have been deflating, including that last run if you're Shanley.
Yeah, and good job by Jackson Beiswinger. Again, gave up a good shot for a great shot, right? He easily could have pulled up in transition right wing, but found the trailing Cole, for the guard who was wide open at the left-hand side. He gets the assist, Cole gets the 3. Again, good for great, and that just is a really heady team understanding what they need to do in transition.
2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Shanley would feel a whole lot better closing out this half on a 5 or 6 point run, as 2 is good for Connor Kraft. Ears must have been burning. That's his 8th of the game.
And Bart Manson's not going to like that. Kraft got the ball and got to his spot, but you got to tip the cap sometimes because that was a pretty good contested shot as well for Kraft to hit that one.
Brown inside. Goes to the corner. 3 will miss for Hansen. And Deacons have the basketball. Deacons, Chase, we haven't talked about it a whole lot this half, but the Deacons don't run nearly as deep as Davies has consistently, especially in this game. And it's looking to show here in this final 2 minutes.
And that's where Bart wants to use these guys, get them 2-3 minutes. Someone like Raymond Brown's not going to come out of the game too often, but everybody else, take a little break, get back in, and, give it 100% when you're out there for your 3-4 minute run.
Kraft spins, 2 on the way, good. That is 4 straight for the Deacons coming from Connor Kraft. 31-22, so that's 4 straight points out of that timeout.
If he starts heating up, he can carry Shanley, but here's where the Deacons got to get some stops right now is on this side of the floor.
Ball out of bounds, last to touch will be the Deacons.
Kraft just with that length, able to ability, going to SDSU next year, so Coach Henderson down there for the Jackrabbits, able to come in Bison, UND country, Joel, in their backyard. But Coach Hendu was a former Bison assistant, so he knows these guys really well, knows Craig really well as well here for Fargo Shanley.
Brown drives to the corner, and another 3. Cole Callies hits another 3, his second made 3, and it's 34-22. And again, Chase, you're feeling some momentum. You get 4 straight points. And then you get that dagger coming here from Davies. That's kind of been their formula here in this first half.
Yeah, shooters, and Bart Manson's got more shooters. He's got embarrassment of riches of that at Davies over the years.
And we're going to see a foul called against Raymond Brown, and that is his second. Brown, Kamara, York, 3 of the 5 starters for Davies sitting on 2 fouls. That's also foul number 7. So Crispin will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
From a Fargo Davies point of view, you liked what you've seen, but you just feel like you haven't had the knockout punch yet against Fargo Shanley. You just haven't had that upper right hook to start the game. Shanley got off the mat, and now you're kind of looking to take a bad cold and finally get all the mucus and everything out of your system, but Shanley's just hanging around, Joel, and one of the things that they're able to do, if they can continue to keep this here at 10 or under, have a really good start to the second half, Shanley's going to make this a full 36-minute basketball game with how they've been playing as of late here for the Deacons.
If I had my basketball bingo card, I don't know if I'd hear the word mucus.
There we go. We want to go blackout on the bingo card sometime this weekend, Joel.
Ball handled by Brown. Brown takes a look right side. Guarded by Baumgartner, the 8th grader. Back over to Brown. Near side. Mitzel in the lane. Up for 2. Missed shot. And the ball will go to Shanley. That is Nick Hashbargen who missed that shot. Asparger missed the shot. Ball in the hands of Shanley. Crispin with the basketball. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Feed inside. Picked up by Kraft for two and into the hands of Brown. Brown, long feed. Comes to Hansen. Hansen held up to Brown. Three will miss. And a scramble for the loose ball. And it winds up with Brown, and he'll get two. I think Bart Manson drew that play up, Chase, as it's 36-24.
Well, has bargained, Joel. He got the 2-point takedown and the assist. That was one a heck of a find to Brown on the floor.
Deacons hanging on to this basketball. Remember, the loser will play against Central tomorrow. Central coming off a buzzer-beating win against Cheyenne as a contested three. Miss and put in. Parakovic will put in the two there to close out the half. Our score here at the half. Davies 36, Shanley 26. First half numbers coming your way next on our First Class Mortgage halftime show, and we return on yourliveevent.com.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, and the 2023 season will be their biggest yet. 6 classes of weekly racing each Friday night beginning May 5th, plus World of All Out late models on June 28th, World of All Out sprint cars on August 26th, plus the Sanders Stock Car Challenge, 2-night Howie Schill NRA late model special, Big Iron Race, and much more on the schedule. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information. Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
The Benedictine Living Community in Ada is currently hiring for the following positions: Director of Nursing, full-time exempt position; CNA, full and part-time, need not be certified to apply, will train you; Resident Assistant, full-time assisted living position; an RN LPN charge nurse, full-time days and overnights. For more information, log on to blcada.org/jobs or call 218-784-5500. Consider a career with the Benedictine Living Community in Ada.
And welcome to our First Class Mortgage halftime report. First Class Mortgage is more than just their name, it's the way they do business. For more information, go to firstclasscore.com. Our score at the half, 36-26. Davies leading Shanley in a semifinal of the EDC basketball tournament. Davies, the number 1 seed. Shanley, the number 5 seed in this tournament. And Davies right away jumped out to about a 17-3 lead, Chase. And then you felt Shanley kind of come in. Davies went cold, and Shanley would get close. Big three from Davies. Shanley would get close. Big three from Davies. Before the half, I said about a 5-6 point run. You're feeling better if you're Shanley. Shanley gets 4 straight points from Kraft. And what do you know? A big three comes. 7 made threes in the first half from Davies, and they are just keep themselves in front of Shanley. Shanley doing all they can.
Well, and the one thing for Shanley right now when looking at the stats, Joel, someone other than Connor Kraft's got to score the stinking basketball. And I mean, and give a lot of credit to the assistant coaches and Bart Manson. We heard it right off the bat. When there's 2 or 3 guys around the top of the key, Hakim, Kraft, they want to hustle, get guys after him, chase him down, force someone else out of the shoot, whether it's a Crispin or whoever. So if you're Shanley, you got to knock down shots. Someone's going to be open in the half court when you work the basketball. But the thing against Davies it's so hard to do is be patient, because they want to get a quick steal, make you swing the ball, boom, get a pick, go the other way, bang, here comes a 3. That's what Davies wants to do. If I'm Craig Irwin, I'm saying, hey guys, we're down 10. We played really sloppy to start. We dug ourselves a 13, 14-point hole. We climbed it down to 6 a couple of times. We got to play patient. If we can play patient and limit the threes, because out of Davies' three-pointers, 4 or 5 of them out of their 7, Joel, have been transition threes. So if you can limit that, be patient, you're going to be fine. On the opposite side, if you're Davies, don't broke what's not fixed. I mean, again, a couple of guys, Frostley and Claybold, not playing due to injury, but Beiswinger, Brown, Cole's been good. I mean, they just hurt you in so many different ways. When you look up, you feel like it maybe should be a closer game, then all of a sudden you go, how are we down by 10, 13 points in 60 seconds, where bang, there's 9 points for Fargo Davies. So it's going to be interesting to see what the next 3 minutes of the second half comes out. We always hear that in football, that first drive. The first 3 minutes of the second half, I think, is going to tell us a lot about the next 18 minutes of this basketball game.
Let's look at our first half numbers on our First Class Mortgage halftime report. Shooting percentage, 50% for Davies, 37% from Shanley from long range. The Deacons 1 for 7, the Eagles 7 for 13. 5 for 6 on the free throw line is Shanley, 1 for 2 is Davies. Rebounds, 17-14 in favor of Davies. Turnovers, 7 apiece. Some individual numbers. Connor Kraft, 10 points, 3 rebounds. Caden Chrisman, Isaac Perkarovich, 4 points apiece. McCurry Harkim, 3 points. Tommy Baumgartner, the 8th grader, with an NBA 3, his only points. Alex Wheelock with 2. For Fargo Davies, Jackson Beiswinger, 11 points. 7 points for Raymond Brown, 6 points for Cole Callis. Max Mitchell with 5 points. Riley Hansen with 3 points. Dan York with 2 points. And then it's Raymond Brown with 2 points. Raymond Brown with 7 points. The 2 points, Daniel York, he had 2 points as well. Riley Hansen had 2. And they had an extra 2-point score here on the score sheet. That's what's kind of confusing me. But that is our scoring numbers here from the first half on our First Class Mortgage halftime report. Again, our score 36-26 in favor of the Davies Eagles. Let's take another break. We'll be back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Fargo South Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They're grateful for the current corporate sponsors, Gate City Bank, Craftwell, Midco, and First International Bank, for their continued support. The mission of the Bruin Booster Club is to support students' ability to participate in all kinds of South High activities, while promoting school spirit, encouraging parent and community support for the Bruins. There's still time to become a member. Check them out on Facebook or search the Fargo South homepage for more information.
If you love Bison football like I do, you're going to love this. The Bison credit card from First Western. People ask me all the time, how did you get that? Easy. I'm a fan.
Introducing the Bison credit card, featuring cashback rewards and no annual fee. Only available at First Western to all credit-approved Bison fans.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Go Promo is a brand-boosting, swag-selling, creative promo agency.
We provide the highest quality screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products to organizations that want to build and strengthen their brand. Go Promo also provides custom pop-up stores to manage orders, payments, sizing, and more online. With locations in West Fargo, Bismarck, and Hope, we have you covered. Go to justgopromo.com or follow us on social media. That's justgopromo.com. Consider it branded.
And welcome back to our halftime report here, our First Class Mortgage halftime report on YourLiveEvent.com. 36-26 in the semifinals of the EDC basketball tournament. It's a 10-point lead for Davies over Shanley.
Let's take a look at, Joel, at some of the other EDC scores for tomorrow on the girls' side. Brunch and basketball for game 1 of 6, as I like to call it. Fargo North, Fargo Davies. The North Spartans hit 13 threes in their win over Wapaton. Arden Faulkner had 21. North Davies at 11 a.m. coming up tomorrow morning to tip things off. 12:45, another state qualifier, Red River against Fargo Shanley. That'll be again at 12:45. And then the EDC Girls Basketball Championship. First time ever, West Fargo Cheyenne going up against West Fargo. The Packers first time making it since 2014 to the EDC Championship. Boys side, as you alluded to, 2:30 Central against the loser of this contest. Devils Lake won earlier today. They will play the loser of North and Red River. That game coming up after the conclusion of this one. So that is what the boys side looks like with the EDC Championship at 7:45. And reminder, EDC Senior Athlete of the Year, the All EDC Team Coach of the Year and more, and Miss Basketball is coming up around the corner. Going to be interesting to see does a Riley Simon, a Chloe Fowl from the EDC get nominated. If you're talking Region 1, Class B, a DeConte Smith, also a Hallie Crockett, also Central Cass about to tip off in about 10 minutes in the state semifinals in Minot.
Yeah, I feel like this is every year is contested when it comes to some of our awards, but I feel like the EDC really has some stiff competition when it comes to trying to figure out who's going to be the Miss Basketball coming out of that region. That will do it for our First Class Mortgage halftime report. Go online to firstclasscore.com for more information. So, Chase had talked about here at the half, and what we both kind of talked about is these first 3 minutes are going to be very crucial for Shanley. They've gotten close against Davies, got it within 6. Davies has began to pull out. They've gotten close, big three, It's kind of been the recipe for what we've seen here in this half. So for the Deacons, it's going to be a long, sustained scoring drive is what they're really going to need here to start the second half.
Yeah,
Chase.
The first 3 minutes, I'm very curious to see what style of brand of basketball that we get played. If it's, again, up and down what Fargo Davies wants, that's exactly what the Eagles are going to want to have here to start the second half.
And we use that football analogy. I said drive, I meant scoring run. Here for that half as a three is on the way, and that is good. Raymond Brown will knock down a second half three to get things going. That's a good sign if you're Davies. 14 made threes, 8 made threes for Davies, and the ball will get knocked out of bounds. Raymond Brown.
And for Fargo Davies, again, boom, right there. Here we go. So how did Fargo Shanley trying to answer? And that's going to be the question. Someone other than Kraft has got to get some scoring going here for the Deacons.
Wheelock, baseline, inbounds, finds Chrisman. Chrisman feeds to Hakim. They've missed minutes with him with some foul trouble. We'll come back to Chrisman just beyond the free throw line. Misses the shot. Kraft keeps it in bounds, but will turn it away. Kamara with the basketball. And a pass attempt to Brown, deflected. Brown's going to pick it up. Finds an open shooter in the corner for three. Max Mitzel, his second three. Back-to-back trays to open up the second half. And again, Chase, we said are going to be a very telling 3 minutes, and the first minute of that has gone the way of Davies. Back-to-back threes.
Yeah, and again, three-pointers is the light here for Bart Manson and the Eagles, and this is the style of game that they want to play.
Here comes a three. Will miss for Kraft. Kamara the rebound. Ball handled by Brown, comes to the corner, and Mitzel maybe took his eyes off that pass for a second, tried to bat it down as he misplayed it, but it goes out of bounds.
And right now, Davies is going to force the issue. They're going to have full court pressure defense. They're going to be in the face of Fargo Shanley. So Deacons, I believe this is the largest deficit of the game after being down by 14 in the first half. So now where can they go offensively here for Shanley?
Kim will come to Chrisman. Chrisman to shoot. Kamara with the block, but Kim will finish it with two, and the first points of the second half to Shanley. 42-28. Deacons scoring their first two of the second half. Ball handled by Brown, top of the key. Will come to Mitzel. Mitzel trying to drive. Will come back over to Brown. Brown pulls up, misses the shot. York the rebound. Will restart the offense. Off the drive, goes to Brown. Brown, nice pass behind his back, and two for Kamara. How about knowing where your teammates are, Trace?
You mentioned a bingo column. That's a good bingo behind the back. And can I say tic-tac-toe? Do you like tic-tac-toe and bingo, Joel? We just saw it right there.
All I can say with that is exactly tic-tac-toe. Everyone knew where everyone was. They connect on the pass as they get two. It is 44-28, 6:47 left to play. Timeout on the court. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, and the 2023 season will be their biggest yet. 6 classes of weekly racing each Friday night beginning May 5th, plus World of All Late Models on June 28th, World of All Sprint Cars on August 26th, plus the Sanders Stock Car Challenge, 2-night Howie Schill NRA Late Model Special, Big Iron Race, and much more on the schedule. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information. Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo.
44-28 coming out of that timeout. Don't forget the best 10 days of summer are coming up July 7th through 16th at the Red River Valley Fair. Get your tickets in advance, RedRiverValleyFair.com. Shanley needs a run here badly as Kraft to the basket. He's going to be fouled.
Kraft wanted to throw that one down and kind of get rid of some energy, bad mojo, so to speak, here. And Mitchell was like, yeah, we'll make it earning at the line. And those are some good hard fouls at particular times that you need to have in the paint, Joel. You don't want to pick up a ton of fouls doing it, but if you have some fouls to give, force Connor Kraft just knowing the next time he goes into the paint that you could have someone trying to get a block shot or possibly get a steal going up to the rim.
First one's good for Kraft. Second is good. (44-29) the score here in the second half in favor of Davies. Davies has led the entirety of this contest. They scored the first 4 and have not given up the lead since then. As driving is Brown, and a good job by Raymond Brown to scope the court. He saw everyone dropping off to cover their man and just took it in himself.
It's around the world shooting on the perimeter. Raymond Brown went around the world on the dribble right there to get the 2 points.
Ball comes to Kraft, up to shoot, misses the shot, gets his rebound. The putback is good.
Kraft again going hard to the paint, able to get that rebound, able to stay with it. Good follow-up, but for Kraft, Joel, I think Davies is going to be fine to give him, 25, 30 points if no one else scores here for Shanley.
Brown misses the shot. Ball comes to the Deacons. Wheelock looking to set a play. Will come to Leininger on the left side. To Chrisman. Looking around. Hesitation. Up to shoot. Gets the bucket. Hayden Chrisman, his 6th of the game. 46-33 the score.
Hesitation. They're going to have to use it a lot more. And one thing for Coach Craig Irwin and the Deacons, on a 50-50 ball or a scrum, Joel, they got to be really smart because they only got one timeout remaining here in this contest.
And Brown went to drive and came out of bounds. And he felt contact, I think, from Wheelock or from Kraft, and thought he was going to get a foul. Didn't in the continuation, comes out of bounds. Will give the ball to the Deacons.
And this is where we it almost feels reminiscent to the first 4 minutes of the first half. Boom, here comes Fargo Davies, a couple big threes. And then all of a sudden the Deacons slowly work themselves back into this one. And the question can be, can Shanley have a run and withstand it to get back within 2 possessions?
At the rim, Chrisman up to shoot. Kamara is going to be called for the foul. If it is, that will be his 3rd.
Picked up a couple fouls early in the first half in a similar situation on 50-50 balls, but good job by Chrisman staying with it, missing the shot, but able to clear him out a little bit, get the rebound, and get a fresh 30 here for Fargo Shanley.
Kamara's 3rd personal foul. Inbound to Chrisman. Comes to Kraft, misses the shot. Ball gets tracked down by Kamara. Kamara will go to York.
You know what Fargo Davies kind of reminds me of Kraft? It's kind of like Pay with Grand Forks Central, how Cheyenne just wanted to make it difficult. That's what Davies wants to do when Kraft has the ball. Just make it difficult. He's going to get points. Just make it difficult on the man.
And it will be a foul call going against, Brown will be fouled going to the rim. That will be Kraft's first.
Fargo Davies, Joel, Here are some names for you on Mr. Basketball finalists. Tanner Kretschmann, Mr. Basketball. We saw him officiating earlier today, which is great to see. A great MSUM Dragon basketball player. Jack Paper, a Mr. Basketball finalist in 2017, and Brayton Machenbacher as well in 2019 here for Fargo Davies. They've had a lot of historic players in a very short amount of time, in just over a decade for Bart Manson, and they've made 9 of the last 10 state tournaments, trying to make it 10 of 11.
Missed shot, rebound works its way out. Missed shot by Brown. Scramble for the ball. Will go to Wheelock. Wheelock in the lane, finds Kraft. Kraft had it knocked away, keeps the dribble, up to shoot, and we're going to see a foul call. It will be against York.
Well, for Kraft, an inside-out player, a guy that can go outside in as well. Again, you're going to have to feed him. He needs a touch in some way. Can use him as a decoy, can run screens off of him. This is a guy that can play ISO basketball as well, and Kraft right now just needs to find his shot, and he's been able to work that elbow-to-elbow a lot, Joel, in the front court here for Fargo Shanley.
Kraft will miss the first free throw. Has 13 of his team's 33 points. Second for Kraft. Will miss this one. Rebound batted and winds up in the hands of York.
Shanley can come back, Joel. They're looking for their first EDC title appearance since 2018 here for the Deacons, if they can mount this comeback.
Brown's going to be fouled. I believe it's Wheelock. And that will be Wheelock's fourth. So if you're Coach Irwin, one of your starting players has no fouls to give and 13-11 left to play in the game. Feed onto the post, getting tied up. Aspargin lost the ball. Davies keeps it, and Bart Manson wants a timeout. Probably not the cleanest possession that Davies has had all game, and he wants a timeout to settle things down. Comes with 13:01 left to play. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
And we're back out of that timeout. Davies 47, Shanley 33. Other scores we saw today so far. Losers out game. Devils Lake defeated West Fargo 65-60. It was a buzzer-beating 3 from Cole Wilbur for Grand Forks Central to defeat Cheyenne 69-67. So Central will play the loser of this game tomorrow in a state qualifier. Winner onto the championship and onto the state tournament as well. York towards the rim, up for 2. Shot will miss. Rebound, Connor Kraft. Fargo North Red River will play in the next semifinal game we'll have for you here on YourLiveEvent.com. Kim around the basket, up to shoot, ball gets deflected. Chrisman has it, looks for the putback and draws the foul. Caden Chrisman will get 2 shots. Chrisman averaging just over 7 points a game, Chase. He has got 6, a chance to meet that 7. He's been in some big spots in the second half, has just not been able to finish on the scoring.
Yeah, and he's able to get some rebounds now as he's working inside compared into the first half, Joel, for the first 10 minutes. We saw more working on the outside, and Davies, so here's the game within the game, right? Davies was saying, hey, Caden, go take the shot from the outside, we'll live with that. What does Craig Irwin do? Puts him on the block right now and says, hey, if you can show your post moves as a guard, let's get you to the free throw line on top of it. Look at the steal.
And a steal will be called for the offensive foul, unfortunately, for Shanley, his first.
Shanley right now, Joel, just 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. The difference, and might be the play, so to speak, in post game once we get to our RDK. Davies, 9 of 16, and when you look up at the score, that is really your difference maker right now is from beyond the arc.
Some changes of personnel coming. Inbound winds up in the hands of Raymond Brown. Brown will come to York. Alice on the left side will come back to Brown. In the corner to Hansen. Camara to the rim, takes a shot, won't get there. And Chrisman on that basketball for Shanley. Again, he's kind of been everywhere right now. Sends it across. Markovic up to shoot, will miss, and it's York the rebound.
Those are the shots again. You got to be patient, right? It was a quick swing, quick action, no touch there for Kraft. Again, be patient for Shanley. You still got time, run your offense. That was an okay shot, but you can find a better shot in the half court.
Brown will come to York, top of the key. Looks to drive, looking around for help. Outlet pass to Brown. Brown contested 2, gets it.
Gotta love the soft rims if you're a shooter here inside the Shield Center.
That is 8 points in the second half for Raymond Brown, 17 in the game. You think about what you're missing for Davies right now, Chase, and to play the game that they have played has been so impressive. To have the season they've had battling some of those injuries has been impressive as well.
Yeah, with Frostley kind of new coming in, and then all of a sudden here goes Clayville down against Fargo North. And the good news, both of them are dressed up. We're not seeing any braces or any, thing of that nature. So now it's just a matter of, when and where can they come back. Clayville still got some years in front of him. Unfortunately for Max, though, he's a senior here, Joel. So that's always one thing that's always tough as a senior. It doesn't matter if you're missing one game or this season. When you're a senior, you're helping out your team, but you like to be out there playing with them.
Brown takes the shot, won't land, and Kraft had the rebound, loses it out of bounds.
For Fargo Davies, this is a club that just understands how to win. And the one thing for Bart Manson that he's trying to climb the hump of as of recent, Joel, is, winning an EDC title is great, getting to state is great, but winning a state championship, they've only got one, and they've had a lot of really good players come to that system. They've been able to make state a ton of times and make a run to it, but they want to hang another banner here this year if they can.
From the corner, Hansen inside. Camara is going to be fouled. Alpha Camara will get 2 free throws coming up.
And here's where they just hit you wave after wave after wave. That dribble handoff, a really nice action. If they're not going to go with the handoff, the guy just keeps it. If they switch, then no problem. But what they do is they find a little crease, and once you give them a little daylight, boom, they're right down in the paint, and then they're able to make that nice pass to the short corner, and they just understand games. Bill Russell documentary on Netflix is great. He talks about he was playing geometry out there because they're looking at angles, Joel, and looking at degrees with his teammate from San Francisco, eventual teammate from Boston, and that's what a lot of stuff is. It's angles. Find yourself a little bit of an advantage. If you can take it, that can definitely help you on the court.
Chrisman on the wing. That was a 1-for-2 trip to the free throw line, by the way, for Camara. Wheelock tries to go inside. Ball gets knocked away by Camara and out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touch by a Deacon.
And now if you're Fargo Shanley, you're not in a position where if you don't score, it's going to kill you. But you can't have those empty possessions. You got to have a lot more of good possessions, get to the free throw line. And now you got to hunker down and try to hope that Davies does not get a lot of points here in the next couple of minutes. Because Davies, we were mentioning, when does the knockout punch come? It could come right here if they get the next 7-8 points.
York drives to the corner. Here comes a 3 that will miss. Camara the rebound. Comes to York, who gets 2. Credit Shanley. They've really, as you mentioned, they've weathered the storm. They've taken the hits, but they need that run right now in a bad way as there's under 10 minutes left to play in this game on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. This is coverage of the EDC basketball tournament on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll have one more game here tonight and a full slate of games tomorrow beginning at 11 o'clock. Kraft steps back for 2 off the backboard. Rebound to Chrisman. Hesitation, puts it up, gets the bucket.
Good looking move, and again, there's the change, right? We've seen Chrisman a lot inside the paint on that guard, able to work at it as Shanley goes a little zoning, trying to create the turnover.
And Camara, the steal across the lane. York's shot gets blocked, but he picks up the loose shot, comes to Brown for 3, will miss. And a nice job by Beisinger to get the rebound, and looks like he was out of bounds.
On the line, I think we saw the whole crowd behind us saying he was pointing right on the line right there with some of the Fargo Shanley faithful in attendance. But Deacon's down 16. Can they get it to 10 with under 5 minutes of play and get it to single digits? That's where they really need to do. If you can do better than that, Joel, fine. But you got to get it to 10 or single digits with 5 minutes to play here and keep continuing to play that kind of defense against Davies.
Wheelock with the ball. Feeds inside to Chrisman. Handled by Akim. Shot is good.
That was tough. 3 guys around him. Hakim goes from the right to the left hand, Joel. That was a tough one for Hakim to finish.
Davies leading 52-38. They're going to win. You know you're on to state, as trying to draw the foul was York. Will miss it, but Camara will get the putback. Alpha Camara has 5 off the bench. 54-38 the score. Strike that Camara did get in the starting lineup here today. Played very strong defensively. Has played well offensively. Hakim on the post near side. Feeds this one back over. Parker-Ovich up for the shot. Misses off the iron. Crispin batted the rebound. Almost had it, but Camara will take it. And York's going to draw a foul. Dan York to the line for 2.
On the opposite side for Fargo Shanley, we were mentioning Fargo Davies, some really good players. A lot of people are going to remember A.J. Jacobson's team. You know, they played Red River in 2012 at the Fargo Dome, and what was a shooting clinic between the Riders and the Deacons. They come up short, state runner-up, but their senior season able to win the championship for Fargo Shanley. Last state tournament appearance coming in 2020. They've been there. They've been able to get to state. Same thing like Davies now. They're just trying to find a way to try to hand in another banner if they can.
What a move by Dan York. Finishes with 2. 56-38 the score, and this could be the tipping point right now if Shanley's not careful. They can no longer afford to be going point for point this late in the game, and a missed shot by Chrisman. Rebound Hakim, and its shot is blocked by Camara. Put back a Temple miss for Parker-Ovich in the battle for the long rebound. Brown will get it to the basket for 2.
That's a demoralizer. 50-50 on the window, and then it leads to a leak out to Brown for 2 points. Those are just killers here against Fargo Shanley.
And Shanley wants a timeout. They're going to take it here. 7:23 left to play. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangements with the Board of Directors for the North Dakota High School Activity Association. I'm Joel Morgan, that's Chase Miller. Joey Knuckles on our camera here. 7:23 left to play in the semifinals of the EDC basketball tournament. And Davies has just taken a 20-point lead, 7:23 left to play. And that could be a nail in the coffin for Shanley. The Deacons badly need to get some offense going right now, Chase.
Yeah, and Fargo Shanley, again, it's the question is who can get it without Kraft, right? And right now, Kraft's on the bench currently, but this guy on the interior, he's been able to answer a little bit. Kanan Crispin's been able to do it a little bit, but right now for Shanley, not to say time is too little too late, but they almost got to play flawless here now for the last 7 minutes of basketball.
Cut it to an 18-point contest as the pass to York, it comes low and out of bounds. I know it's just 2 points, but you feel a little bit better if it's an 18-point deficit as opposed to a 20, Chase.
Yeah, now you just got to work with the rhythm. Right now you just got to find a good shot that's open. If it's a 3, you got to take it, continue to hit the rebounds. You got to be a little bit over-aggressive as well, going for those loose balls.
And getting fouled is Chrisman. Foul will be on
Davies, foul number 4, Cole Calise. That's his
Cole Calise will be called for the foul.
So there's always an interesting point in the game. No matter, you know, you get to kind of see a little bit within the underneath the hood a little bit for teams that are trailing. You know, how much do you chase the game? How much do you have your starters out there? Because, Joel, it's also interesting for Shanley. Yeah, you're trailing. Yeah, you want to win this and come back. But you got a awfully big game tomorrow if you're unable to do so, right? And you want your guys as fresh as possible against a Grand Forks Central team who probably feels like they're living with 9 lives after the Wilbur three-pointer. So it's the game within the game here, but for Coach Craig Irwin, a little mini 4-0 run right now, another stomp and a score, and you look up, maybe you get it to 13-14, Joel, and you can put the in high gear.
And we're going to stop from the official. Guessing it's a question of the clock, as we'll be stopped with 6:42 left to play. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll talk to a member of the winning team, and we'll name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Davies en route to win number 21. Shanley We drop to 10 and 14 if they can't mount this comeback here in this final 6:37. Season would not be over. It would be a state qualifier tomorrow. As we mentioned, Grand Forks Central right now is walking on air after that game-winning 3 at the end their contest. We're going to see a foul on the ground. It'll be against Raymond Brown. We'll see who the guilty party was.
Devils Lake right now, and seeing who they're going to play after this too. You know, they had a hard game with Shanley, then they won by 5 with West Fargo. You barely lose the Deacons. You barely beat West Fargo. That's this time of the year though, Joel. Just survive and advance. And one thing with Class A right now, that double elim, can help you a lot once you get to the quarterfinals.
And Brown, that was foul number 7, so Brown went to the line for the bonus, missed the first, won't get the second. As we approach 6 minutes left to play here on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Feed right side, Perkarovic gets 2. His 6th of the game. 58-44 the score.
Again, 20-14, right? You're doing little things well. You're winning battles within battles right now for Shanley.
Ball works to the wing. 3 will miss. Calise will miss the 3. Crispin will pick up the missed shot. And he'll be called for a travel as he's looking for a pass. Allcraft was right there, but he took the steps and will be called for the travel.
That's a tough one right there for Fargo Shanley, just because they did have numbers. They had the opportunity. You get a 2 or 3 to get it down to 11 or 12 points, but at the end of the day, the Deacons are going to make some substitutions. And what we were talking about earlier, how do you play this game out? And I think with Coach Irwin, what he's able to do is saying, Joel, yeah, we're getting a little bit closer, but we're going to get some other guys some playing minutes right now on the floor.
5:30 left to play in this game. 58-44 the lead right now for Davies. To the corner, here comes a 3 off the iron. Rebound, two-handed in by Wheelock. Onto the post, Hakim looking around for help. Will come to Hallcraft, hook shot, misses, gets his rebound. Hallcraft put back, and Camara the block shot.
Really good job by Camara to time that one. Joel seeing the baby hook, and he timed it perfectly.
And Raymond Brown going to take his time across half court before he sets in motion. Again, you're looking at shaving off seconds, shaving off minutes, keeping the ball out of your opponent's hands, getting closer to 0 on the scoreboard. And Jackson Beiswinger will get the pass, hits the bucket, gets his 10th of the game. It is 60-44 with 4:49 left to go. We'll step aside, back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Steve Dalen from Piper's Auction and Realty. We have an excellent auction featuring 425 acres of great cropland located in Cass County, North Dakota. The Nelson Family Cropland Auction will take place at the Governor's Inn, Castleton, North Dakota, starting at 3 p.m. on March 14th. This will be a live and online auction. High-quality cropland near Arthur, North Dakota rarely hits the open market. Don't miss this sale. For questions, call me, Steve Dalen, at 701-893-8517.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
4 minutes, 49 seconds is all that's left in this contest. And for Davies, that's 4 minutes, 49 seconds away from qualifying for a state tournament and on to the EDC championship game. If you're Shanley, you'll be playing in a state qualifier tomorrow, so your season's not done, but you got a lot of things to look to tomorrow.
Yeah, Davies trying to make their 5th straight EDC tournament championship game. Winners last season defeating Cheyenne by 6 in that title, and as we mentioned earlier, Joel, this will be their 10th out of 11 seasons that Davies has been at least one of the representatives from the East going to state.
Wheelock from the elbow, looks to feed, gets a cutter, basket will just miss. Kraft misses the putback, misses 3rd chance points, and now a scramble for the loose ball. On top of it was York, and they're going to call a held ball, 4:19 to go, and kind of a situation, Chase, You could have called maybe a couple fouls there, but you let him play that one out, and I give the officials all the credit in the world for that.
Yeah, especially during this time of the year. We said it last week during the Region 1 girls basketball tournament. Same thing here. Would rather allow the players to play on the game. Yeah, there's going to be some fouls, but I would rather let the guys go at it and, determine it on the court here between these two teams.
Connor Kraft, his 16th of the game. I think that is 15th of the game, as it is 46-60. 4 minutes left to go, down to the final 4-minute stretch here. Inside to York, feeds this one over to Brown, and 2 more for Raymond Brown. 21 for Brown. He is the game's lead scorer.
Brown did a really nice job, Joel. Right to left, able to finish with control and pace, going from the right wing into the paint touch. A really nice move by a heady guard.
Ball gets handled by Leininger. Will come to Kim, up to drive, and we're going to see a foul before that.
I love seeing that with post players who have the ability to take a dribble, Joel, and get a lot of distance, right? You give them at the free throw line, say, go take a dribble, go attack. That's exactly what Kim was able to do. We're ready to see that a lot more here later in this game and what looks like to be tomorrow against the Knights.
Wheelock drives to Kim, up for 2, gets it. Kim with 11 in the game, 62-48. So Davies will get win number 21, barring a big comeback here from Shanley. But like you said, Chase, you got to pay a state qualifier tomorrow. There's 2 on the way. That will miss for York. You got to play a game tomorrow, a trip to state on the line. You're going to have to pace yourself for tomorrow, and that's what makes these tournaments so tough. As Kraft for 3 will hit it.
Shanley doesn't have any timeouts, so they can't stop the clock. But, hey, they're back within it. Another stop, another bucket. It's a single-digit game, and they're chasing the game. They've done a really good job down by 20 to get it to this point.
And ball knocked out of bounds by Kraft.
And now they're going to exert yourself even more because now you got to get in passing lanes. Now you got to get traps. You got to get your hands. You're going to leave almost, I hate to say it, the paint open. But Davies right now needs to be heady with the ball, use a ball fake here and there, use a step through. Yeah, if the foul's called, it's a 1-and-1, but Shanley's going to be really aggressive here down the stretch.
York with the basketball. Inside, feed to the backdoor cutter, and Riley Hansen, 5 for Hansen off the bench, and that's what's plagued Shanley all night. Yeah, one of the things that's plagued them is they've gone point for point with Davies, and you can't against a team like Davies, especially when you fell behind by 14 early. Take away those 14 and look where this game is right now. As Kraft to the bucket gets 2 more. 20 for Connor Kraft.
Good job by Kraft to get there, and now Coach Craig Irwin calling out the defense on the far side. We'll see where they can try to get a trap here on Raymond Brown, and so we'll get a little excuse me foul, which isn't the worst thing. I mean, right now if you're Shanley, probably okay to foul at this point of the game. Try to extend it as much as you can, right? You're maximizing the amount of time you have on the floor. You're maximizing possessions. You're hoping that you send Davies to the free throw line. The old NC State Jim Valvano move, kind of comes into effect where, hey, if they miss a free throw here, you get a bucket. They miss another free throw on the front of a 1-on-1, you get a bucket. All of a sudden it could be a 2-possession game really quickly here for the Deacons.
Raymond Brown, who has 20 in the game, make that 21 in the game, will miss the first shot.
That's step number 1 of your comeback.
Under 2 minutes to play, no timeouts left for the Deacons. Baumgartner, the 8th grader, comes to Leininger. Finds Baumgartner. Baumgartner 3 points. It came on an NBA 3 as a feed down low, and I believe we're going to see a foul call come against Hansen.
Yeah, you had Caden down there underneath here, Chrisman. He was battling for it on the interior. That was a low shot there by Kraft shooting that college range 3. But, hey, if you're Shanley, miss free throw, you're guide to the rim to shoot the opportunity now here for Caden. And this is exactly what you want. Now, if for Shanley, front end of a 1-on-1, Joel, you make it 10, you make it single digits here for the Deacons.
And the first shot won't land for Crispin, won't get the bonus. 90 seconds left to play. Ball to York. Up to shoot, misses the shot. And just over a minute to play. Handled by Connor Kraft. Ball right side. Baumgartner for three will miss. And Kraft went for the putback and is going to be fouled.
And one opportunity there for Kraft. I think he wanted to grab the ball, Joel, and get the flush. And as he went up, just enough on Kamara there to swipe across Kraft to get the and one here for the Deacons.
Kraft looking for point number 23. Nails it, his 23rd point of the game.
Now if you're Shanley, now you got to play the foul game. If you can't get the jump, if you can't get a steal, once again, half court, Joel, now you got to play that foul game.
54 seconds left to go. Raymond Brown handling the basketball. Brown 20 points right now, make that 21 points. Feeds this one into the hands of Beiswinger. And a drive and two for Cole Calise. 66-59 the score, a 10-point game, 35 seconds to play. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Contested three off the side of the iron. Rebound Beiswinger. And for Davies, they will hang on here as this one will become a final. It's on to state and on to the EDC championship game for the Fargo Davies Eagles. 4 seconds away from this one becoming a final. And our final here on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, Davies 66, Shanley 56. The Deacons will now try to earn their trip onto state and a state qualifying game tomorrow against Grand Forks Central. Our post-game show coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
If you love Bison football like I do, you're gonna love this. The Bison credit card from First Western. People ask me all the time, how did you get that? Easy, I'm a fan.
Introducing the Bison credit card, featuring cashback rewards and no annual fee. Only available at First Western to all credit-approved Bison fans.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Dan York with us on our post-game show. First off, congratulations for you guys. You get a spot onto state. I know EDC championship tomorrow. You guys want that, but how's it feel to know at least you're going back to state?
Hey, it feels good. We worked really hard for this. We worked hard day in and day out, so it feels good to know we can go to sleep and know that we're in the tournament, you know? It feels good.
You guys jumped out to an early, about 14-point lead. You guys kept the pressure on. You got settled into your game. What was that feeling like? What got you guys into that groove?
We started off just like preaching defense at the beginning of the game, and we knew defense would build up offense, and we started hitting shots, and then the whole game just became easier for us.
You had Alpha getting in the lanes, knocking away some shots. You got in there defensively. Jackson's knocking down threes. How well do you guys know a role on your team, and how well do you guys work together?
We all just pick a role, and we play hard, and we all just do what we need to do to win games. That's all. That's really it. That's the goal.
All right, well, congratulations. I'll let you get with your teammates. I know you guys are going to be watching this next one closely, but we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you. Thank you.
We got more of our post-game show coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. and you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying those limiting factors. Call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
And back here on our post-game show, our final 66-56. Davies win number 21 of the season. Davies on to the EDC championship game tomorrow and a spot on to state. Well, Shanley will play Grand Forks Central tomorrow in an a state qualifier out of the Eastern Dakota Conference. Davies brought the energy early, jumped out to an early 14-point lead, kept the foot on the gas, powered by great three-point shooting. Davies 9 made threes in this contest as they shot 45% from long range. As they will finish this one with 9 made threes compared to 2 for the Shanley Deacons. Some final numbers, some team numbers. Shanley shot 37% overall. Davies shot 49%. Rebounding battle went to Shanley 38-32. The turnovers, that would be in favor of Davies, Shanley 11-10. Final numbers for Shanley: Connor Kraft, the double-double, 23 points, 11 rebounds. 11 points, 8 rebounds from Caden Chrisman. 11 points, 4 rebounds for Curry Hakim. 6 points, 2 rebounds for Isaac Parkerevich. 3 points for Tommy Baumgartner, who the 8th grader came off the bench in his first couple of minutes, drained an NBA level 3, while Alex Wheelock finished with 2 points. Raymond Brown, 21 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds for Davies. Jackson Beiswinger, 13 points, 3 made threes. Cole Calise, Max Mitchell, 8 points, 6 points for Dan York. We had him on our postgame. Dan York, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Alpha Camara, 5 points, 9 rebounds, 5 points, 4 rebounds for Riley Hansen for the victorious Davies Eagles. Let's get our postgame accolades here. First, we're going to name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and that's actually going to be our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game, as that will go to Dan York and Alpha Camara, as both were kind of everywhere defensively, everywhere making plays. They are the Enbridge Energy Players of the Game. Life takes energy. Enbridge Energy for Life, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Those are the Enbridge Energy Players of the Game. And now our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. That will go to Raymond Brown for Davies, who finished with 21 points. He is the RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Get ready for spring planting season with RDK Enterprises. For more, go to planterdoc.com. So again, congratulations to Davies. State qualifiers on to the EDC Championship, which we'll have for you on the air tomorrow. Next up will be our other semifinal, North against Red River. That is coming up next. Chase Miller will have the call on that one. Thanks for joining us here in semifinal number 1. Again, our final, Davies 66, Shanley 56. You've been watching EDC Basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.